Improving English communication, developing your fluency, your vocabulary is not going to be easy, and you will or you may be going through depression, which I have gone through. See, try to understand. Developing your English communication, your fluency is not about vocabulary and grammar. It's about managing your emotions. It's about handling your depression, stress and anxiety. I know everyone, those who are watching this video, you are desperate to improve your English. The reason maybe your interviews, group discussions are there, promotions are there. There are a plethora of reasons because of that you want to improve your English, but many of us aren't able to get the results. Many of us aren't able to speak fluently. You still get nervous, frustrated, anxious. What to do with this? How to handle this? And I will tell you my story, which I have gone through depression because of English actually. I went through depression. I will tell you when it happened. It was the year 2004. I was working as a lecturer. And as you know, as a lecturer, your English communication must be very good. I was an engineering teacher. And I tried so hard using grammar, using all the notes and all the old methods, trying to cram everything down my throat, but to no results. Nothing changed. I was getting frustrated day in and day out. And the problem was, there was interview. I was about to face interview. And in that interview, there were 3 to 4 more colleagues of mine who were also applying for the same post which I was applying. And they were very good in communication and English because they came from a convent background. I was from Marathi background. And I still remember I was getting frustrated. I was trying very hard to improve my English by studying more grammar. I was trying desperately. I was making mistakes. And a stage came when it all broke down. You can say that happened. And one day, I don't know what happened. I was feeling so sad and so low. I was just married, and I told my wife that I don't feel like going to college. All my interest in English just disappeared. I stopped studying English. I stopped studying. I was doing MTech at the same time. I stopped that. I stopped going with my friends. I stopped watching movie or laughing or playing. And slowly, I did not know that it was depression, of course. And slowly I stopped everything. And I gave up. And my wife was saying, Sandeep, your interview is there after 2 months and you are not preparing. What's the problem? And she could realize that. She understood that something is going wrong. And my mother also told me that, what's the problem? Why you are not? I used to go late to my college, not interested in the syllabus. Many of my closed ones, my mom and my wife, figured it out. But people outside in the college couldn't. But I also realized that something is wrong with me. I'm feeling sad. Why I'm not feeling interested in studying English, my grammar and all. I lost everything, dear friends. I lost everything. I will never forget that period. And this is the reason why today I'm making this video. So how I came out of this, that's the most important thing. It continued, all continued. And I was rejected from the interview. I wasn't selected because I couldn't improve my English. And I fell more deep into depression now, the valley of despair. And it was very, very, very hard to come out of this. Fortunately, one habit helped me, and that was reading. And I started searching for books on psychology and depression. And I searched, and I found out 3 books, very important books, that helped me to understand. Dear friends, out of all those 3 books, I found out the main reason for my English depression was this. And the reason was my faulty thinking about English. My faulty thinking about English. What was that? And what is meaning of faulty thinking? In technical terms, it was called as cognitive distortions. And okay, cognitive distortion, what is that? It is a kind of a thinking which is not realistic, which is not logical, which is not factual, which is not going to help me. That kind of thinking is called as cognitive distortions, and I was doing that. But how to find out that what thinking I was doing? Then I started doing meditation and analyzing myself. And then I realized there were 2 thoughts that were creating the depression. First was, Very simple. I must be fluent in 2 months because my interview is there. And first was, I must be fluent in 2 months because my interview was there. And second was, this fluency and communication, if I'm not good in this, I'm a failure. I'm of no use. Life is finished. There is no future for me. So here understand two important thoughts. I must get fluent quickly in 2 months because my interview was there. And if I'm not, I'm a failure. These were the thoughts, how they were wrong. They were not logical. They were not practical. They were not realistic. They were not as per the reality. They were all my own distorted cognitions. First, it was in this way. I must be fluent in 2 months because my interview is there. Well, fluency and language takes time to develop, but I was not ready to accept that. And therefore, I was getting depressed because the reality was something else and I was expecting something else. And second thought was, if I'm not fluent in English, I'm a failure, which was absolutely wrong because there are many people who are not fluent, but they are not failures. I was thinking my life will be over if I'm not fluent, which was absolutely hogwash and wrong. Slowly, I realized that I was thinking in a wrong way. I rectified my thinking. I started working on my thought process, and dear friends, I came out of that. And first thing I did is I changed the method. And I stopped grammar and all the traditional methods, and I started working on myself. I had made two changes in me. First thing, communication skill, fluency improvement is a lifetime process. I will not set any 2-month or 3-month limit like we do for other subjects. And second, very important, if I'm not fluent or good in English, this does not make me a failure. My future is still bright because it's not only English or communication. There are other skills that are very important in my life. With these two new thought processes, I'm here, dear friends, and I'm good and I'm fluent. And now, because I gave up all those irrational, unrealistic beliefs. And then I'll tell you, in the next 2 to 3 years, my English changed drastically. And I got the best teacher award in the same college. If you're going through depression, English depression, this video is for you. So it's a lesson for you. Next time, be careful about your thoughts about English. They are disturbing you. They may depress you. Work on your thoughts. It's all about English psychology and not English grammar. Thanks for watching this video. Bye-bye.